Welcome back to Pikmin 2.
Oh, we're almost done.
Hey, look at all that finish.
Oh, I like seeing all that.
Mm-hmm. And now we got the last place.
This is our last area, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Last area, we got the last few monsters to fill out the Piclopedia. Last of the treasures. It's all coming to an end.
The water wreath. We had some good times, didn't we?
It was just like it was last week.
Stands from a few sightings deep underground. Reported sightings features a giant viscous form with a clear, hazy sheen, not unlike hard candy. Psychic phenomenon?
This thing is just a menace.
It might not even exist. I mean,
It is.
near insanity.
Jesus. They were really up on their high horse when they were creating the water wraith. Apparently it's not living, but it causes people to go insane. And then we got living bread.
Like, I don't even think we even saw it. Did we just imagine all that?
That would actually be a really dope dungeon. Like, you're just imagining the final boss chasing you throughout the entire dungeon.
So far, the water wraith's status in the canon is what I care most about right now.
This dungeon, I feel like I'm going insane, Mr. President. Holy God, what's that?
He's the one who started the debt.
The president in charge of the water wraith. And then Louie would be in charge of the bread bug because, you know, bread.
It's been a scam this whole time, hasn't it?
See, honestly, this is just to get Olimar to retire early.
Right.
He's been with the company way too long, so we'll send him on a dangerous adventure filled with monsters that mess with his sanity. It's a shame, really, because he's a great employee.
Oh, yeah.
They just don't want to give him tenure.
What if Olimar unionized?
You know, that has actually been a running gag throughout all this.
I just keep asking the same question, I guess. What if he unionized?
Well, then we don't have a game. It would be really funny, though.
Alright, all aboard the Chonkboard Express.
Let's go, Chonky boys. Because we have one mission today. That is to clear out the above-ground treasures in the Wistful Wild.
Don't lose any on your way over.
Correct. I've only got 4 extra to deal with, but thankfully it's just right here. So let me talk about this treasure. It's 100 Chonky boys. That's what you need. Try to get as many of them to flower status as you can.
Oh, no.
Because you don't want this to take half your day. Oh, well, I guess we're going with this.
Well, not like it matters, so why don't you want it to take half the day?
1,000!
Oh,
And look how slow that's going.
Why would you lift it like that? Of course it's gonna take 1,000 Pikmin to lift it that way! One side lifts one end of the dumbbell and the other! You distribute the weight! What's wrong with you idiots?
Look how slow it's going. So I'm just gonna use Olimar and we're gonna go explore.
Look, I know I give this game crap about biology all the time, but I gotta start yelling about physics now too?
Look, they're all strength. They're not about that thinking life, okay?
You know what? I don't think the yellow Pikmin understand Ohm's law at all.
Yellow or purple?
Yellow.
I think the yellows would be like this game's Poindexters or something like that.
I think those Billbaxes just go against the laws of thermodynamics.
So that took a quarter of our day to move it that far. But you are greatly rewarded with the most expensive item, the Doomsday Apparatus.
How are we gonna lift it out of the planet?
God, I don't know.
I mean, the thing's about as big as the ship. That, well,
You know, I don't think I'm gonna question it. Whatever works, maybe we'll hold it.
furthermore, if it were,
Oh my
there's
God.
no way you could break the atmosphere. If you need a lot of thrust to lift something that.
So much thrust. How much thrust is enough? Well, you'll know it when you break the atmosphere.
Now how Neil deGrasse Tyson feels.
What, talking to Twitter, or?
Oh, every time a science-like movie comes out, he has to, you know, take to Twitter to kind of debunk some things. And overall, he said, you know, I enjoyed the movie, but there's just some things they didn't get right, and everybody just tackles him for it.
Are you telling me Neil deGrasse Tyson is a well, actually kind of guy?
Well, he's not exactly well, actually.
Like, I know he doesn't have glasses to push up, but I can just see him doing that.
Well, actually, I take that back. He is a well, actually kind of guy.
I was about to say, that sounds exactly like that.
But in a way of, like, you know, an educator would do it, not a douchebag. Do you get the distinction?
Mm-hmm. Oh, indeed.
Because he's big on, he's better on being a science educator than being right on the internet, you know?
There is no being right on the internet.
You know about the beef he got to with B.O.B.?
A beef with B.O.B.?
Yeah, the rapper called B.O.B.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Well, B.O.B. said the earth was flat, Neil deGrasse Tyson said no, B.O.B. put out a rap song that dissed him, and then Neil deGrasse Tyson hired somebody else to write a diss track for him, and he was also on the track.
Now that's just getting to Twitter levels of pettiness. Which, honestly, can be achieved by literally typing one thing in and disagreeing with it.
Well,
it's so easy to get in an argument on Twitter. And the thing is, I've also been in an argument on Twitter. Sad to say, it happens. But it was about the dumbest topic, and nobody would give in.
welcome to Twitter.
Yeah. Like, it was a waste of everybody's time, and I eventually blocked the guy because he just wouldn't understand it. But I can't believe I spent an entire day arguing.
Sometimes it's cathartic, especially when this guy is just so wrong.
Do I find catharsis in pointing out that somebody's wrong? Because that just makes me sound like a douche.
I think what it is that whenever some idiot comes and ruins our day, we always dream of that perfect thing to say to them that just shuts down the conversation, ruins their credibility, and makes you seem cool. Everybody wants that. Everybody wants that.
Everybody wants that.
Especially if it's easy and simple.
I just recently had a Q&A on Twitter. I was really bored at work and decided, you know what, let's have the internet ask me questions. And somebody asked, what makes you angry? And I said, well, I don't anger often. I do get annoyed, I do get pissy because, you know, I'm a human being. But one thing that drives me nuts is when it only happens for Let's Plays. And YouTube is like the video equivalent to Twitter, is when I explain something in the video, clear as day, and somebody comments, did you know such and such, the thing I just explained? So, like a douche, I linked them the time code, and I was like, yeah, that does sound familiar. Interesting. That?
Because it's simple, it's witty, it's easy to disprove him, and you're automatically right. And then it'd feel good, it's like, yeah, shut down that motherfucker.
And then after the fact, I'm just like, did I really have to respond to that? Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
See, there's being, like, nice and professional, and then there's, like, dude, come on. Come on.
Come on.
Let's be serious here. Come on.
Let's be civil here. You're an idiot. Wait, no, that's not being civil.
Well, no.
Never mind. Man, sometimes it is that easy. And you know what types of fans are the worst to get comments from?
Ours.
Oh, Lord, no, we love them.
Just kidding.
No, fans of long-running franchises.
Oh.
Thanks, Resident Evil Village. You brought a lot of people to my channel. Appreciate that. Now, if you could please tell your fans to shut the hell up. I'm not petty, you are.
What are we doing, Resident Evil Village?
I will say, probably one of the funniest negative comments I got was somebody saying, I downvoted this because you spoiled the game. It was on the collectibles video, the first bonus after the series had been posted. Welcome to YouTube.com.
Whenever I watch a movie, I always go to the climax, watch that, and go, God, it spoiled everything, God.
Oh good, the Hole of Heroes, just what I want.
I knew we were having too good a time. Now it's time to go into another fucking dungeon.
Not yet, not yet. Like I said, today's mission is to get the rest of the above ground treasures.
Okay.
And then we'll have nothing but dungeons.
I know what future awaits me now, so I guess I better enjoy my time in the overcast weather.
Indeed.
While I can. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Sorry, it's a slight overcast every time we get even close to a dungeon. Oh, by the way, this is the landing site from the first Pikmin game.
Oh, wow! It seemed like so long ago!
Wow! Can you believe we did that 2 years ago? I think?
2 years ago?
No, that can't be right.
It can't be right. We just did it.
We just did it. That couldn't have been in 2020. There's no way. I don't remember doing it in 2020.
I know for... I think it was 2020.
Oh, crap.
Pretty sure.
What did we do in 2020? That year just kind of happened.
I don't think we did anything.
No. We did all the Dead Rising and nothing else.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
We started Pikmin 9 months ago.
Oh my god! Time flies when you're having a great time.
Well, not when you're playing Pikmin 2. Yeah, fucking...
Nisco, will you play Hey Pikmin for the internet? That's a very good question that I do not have an answer for.
I got a better question. What is the internet gonna play for you?
Yeah, internet, it's time to pick up your slack. Why don't you let's play a game? And then I'll comment on it. Why not?
Yeah.
Actually, speaking somewhat on that same topic, YouTube has a copyright system in place where if there is footage that looks like criminally close to yours, it'll let you know.
Yeah. I've had some like that. It's like, hey, did you know that this guy has gameplay that's exactly the same as your first episode of Mega Man 03? Which is like the intro cutscene.
Imagine that, yeah.
Like, huh, wow, I think I might have a shot against this guy. Huh.
YouTube told me that the Game Grumps stole my Danganronpa footage. I was like, oh!
Well, imagine if they did. Imagine if they did.
Oh,
they just
God.
Stole your...
They found a way to extract my commentary. And they used my PlayStation Vita direct capture footage. There are better ways, Game Grumps.
Boy, a static linear visual novel like Danganronpa looks very similar to every other video on the internet that has to do with the static visual novel of Danganronpa, doesn't it?
So that's the hilarious thing. I got another one last night saying, hey, I think this dude took from this episode. And I'm like, guys, it's Danganronpa again. You haven't learned. It's gonna look the same.
Yeah, I put up with a lot of YouTube copyright bullshit, But the one thing I cannot put up with is if they hit me for a copyright claim for a song that is nowhere near what the song that's actually used in the episode.
Mm-hmm. That's happened to me before. It sucks.
Like the last time that happened was the intro to Paper Mario.
Yeah!
For some reason, it sounded like some classical music movement or whatever from some modern guy or something like that. And I was like, that's not even close. And then Violet listened to it and she's like, it actually sounds pretty similar. Like, oh, well.
I know some people used to have a lot of trouble with Nintendo games.
Uh-huh.
Especially, there was one instance of the Mario and Luigi games. The opening was used in official trailers, so Nintendo nabbed that. So I was like, well, that sucks. Yeah, and that's the first episode. That's the one everybody watches. But eventually, I think that got sorted out. Oh, hey. It's the place we got the very first part in Pikmin 1.
Ah. And now it's where we go for the very last treasure in Pikmin 2.
Yep, that's actually the last dungeon we are going to be hitting up. I don't think I actually looked at the name.
It's the...
Well, it's almost sundown, so let's actually see what that dungeon is.
It's the dreaded...
The dreaded... Mushroom!
Ah, no! Stop! Please!
30 Pocos for a giant anti-hiccup fungus.
I'll take your word for it.
Uh-huh. Oh, thank God they finally finished. All right, that's all the treasures. Now, come, my white Pikmin, destroy that.
Aha.
And now we're ready. The final dungeon that we will be tackling, hopefully Niskel the Past. Nope, he's not going to look at it. All right, never mind.
He decides that's not for present Niskel to know.
Apparently. It's the Dream Den. The Dream Den is the final dungeon we're going to be tackling. Because story.
When should I dream? Should I dream now or dream den?
Dream a dream. Oh. Well, I wish I was dreaming that I didn't leave some Pikmin behind, but apparently they got left behind over there.
Well, that's on them. That's what they get for being a stupid AI from 2004.
Oh, I saved those guys. That's good.
Well, we can replace them easily, can't we?
No. Every Pikmin is irreplaceable in my heart, dude. They all have names, they all have birthdays, they all have social security cards.
Wait, I made it back, let me end up!
Well, except for those guys. I don't care about those guys.
See, we view Pikmin lives a little differently. You view them as like, oh, they're my precious plant friends, I must protect them. I'm just like, oh great, if they die, the game's gonna give me a shit record for it.
Oh yeah, apparently I got it wrong. Iron Man runs of Pikmin means you never reset.
Ah.
Now, no death runs are completely different, clearly. Oh man. Those are the first Pikmin we lost to Sunset, like canonically.
Well, now the sun will be sated for another week.
Damn sun. Oh yeah, enjoy your allowance, you little snot. My hard-earned money.
Guess what? I've bought your daddy now.
Excuse me?
Was that Olamar's kid or the president's kid?
That was Olimar's kid.
Oh, well.
I'll buy me a new daddy. Because apparently Olimar's going on a permanent sabbatical.
He's gonna triple my allowance, yeah!
My new favorite daddy, the one that gives me everything I want and money.
Stops going to that fucking Pikmin planet all the time, Jesus.
Kid, we're gonna have to take you off YouTube and social media. You're turning into a little hellion.